Welcome back, Totem Pole Nation. We are live on a Friday. Totem Pole Nation, Coach Bald here, Southside, Saint Petersburg, Florida. What is going on, Coach? It seems like you got something to tell me. I want
I'm
to hear
feeling
all about
like I'm feeling like LeBron pregame. This is episode 1 of the Totem Pole Nation Life Lessons podcast on Apple Podcasts. Yes, Totem Pole Nation and the Life Lessons podcast is going to Apple. You will be able to listen to us on your Apple devices, just like the Championship Football Coaches Clinic podcast is available. We are in the thousands of downloads with the clinic, and we have made the decision to take this YouTube podcast to Apple. How does it feel, Coach?
it. Huge. Huge. You know what they say? They say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And hey, big shout out to you and this song right here because I believe today is the last day. Today, the last day.
We have exams, but yeah, this is a great song. Who sang this?
This is Alice Cooper.
A great American, a great human being, Alice Cooper.
It's a great weekend to talk about great Americans, isn't that right, Coach?
It is. Today, what is the episode 1? Now, we are not going to go back and put every episode from YouTube that we've done of life lessons. So if you were listening on Apple, you can go to YouTube, but this is the first episode of the Apple podcast. What is our title today, Coach?
You better watch those people that bounce back from everything that was meant to destroy them. Those are God's people, and they are not to be played with.
Yeah. I like that, man, because I'm going to get ready to play something from one of our favorite movies that we just watched.
You know, you can't keep a good man down. It's the old saying.
I've been studying this guy. All right, and I'm feeling like Sonny Vaccaro. I've been saying it. I'm feeling like Sonny Vaccaro. I've had the golden touch over the last week, but I always realize when I'm going up the mountain, I'm getting ready to go back down. All right.
That's right.
I've been on the top and I've been on the bottom, and I'll be both places again. That's Lou Holtz. All right. Now, this is Matt Damon, and this might be a copyright violation, but it's okay. This is the speech that Matt Damon gave.
Oh, yeah.
In the movie Heir to Michael Jordan. There may be some ads here.
This is good.
The eyes, and I'm going to tell you the future. You were cut
turn it up
from your high school basketball team. You willed your way to the NBA. You're going to win championships. It's an American story, and that's why Americans are going to love it. People are going to build you up. God, are they going to? Because when you're great and new, we love you. Man, we'll build you into something that doesn't even exist. You're going to change the fucking world. But you know what? Once they've built you as high as they possibly can, they're going to tear you back down. It's the most predictable pattern. We build you into something that doesn't exist, and that means you have to try to be that thing all day, every day. That's how it works. And we do it again and again and again. And I'm going to tell you the truth. You're going to be attacked, betrayed, exposed, and humiliated. And you'll survive that. A lot of people can climb that mountain. It's the way down that breaks them. Because that's the moment when you are truly alone. And what will you do then? Can you summon the will to fight on through all the pain and rise again? Who are you, Michael? That will be the defining question of your life. And I think you already know the answer. And that's why we're all here. A shoe is just a shoe until somebody steps into it.
Man,
Boom.
what a speech. If that doesn't get you going, what will? Totem Pole Nation. Totem Pole Nation, you will change the world. Coach, how does that make you feel? Does that fit in with the life lesson today?
Man, that's just super inspiring, without a doubt. I think you're looking at a person that, with what Michael did. I think he was just, he had an addictive discipline. He was addicted to his discipline of basketball, and yeah, man, the drive within that guy. And that movie was just instant classic, man. I love how everything was 1984. You know what I mean? It was all 1984. They did not get out of that year, that whole movie, and it was phenomenal. Phenomenal. It's something you should, show some students. There might be a little bit of language in there, but you know what? If they're high school students, they probably heard that language. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's just
Kobe Bryant
being real.
called it a culture of obsessiveness. Kobe Bryant had a culture of obsessiveness. Just think about that. The same guy that signed Michael Jordan for Nike signed Kobe Bryant for Adidas. A lot of people forgot that Kobe first wore Adidas. Did you remember that, Coach?
Yeah, I do. That was shoot, 20 years ago, but I do remember that he did sign with Adidas, and I mean, man, what an eye for some talent. To be able to scoop those two individuals and brand around those guys. That's the thing, man. Those guys, they were their own brands, and they created greatness. And yeah, man, everybody wants to be like Mike, and everybody wants to shoot like Kobe. Kobe.
Yeah, I mean, if you listen to Sonny Vaccaro talk on the Rich Eisen show, he says that he had the gift to find talent on a small level. A small level? I mean, dude, you want to talk about humility? You got guys on Twitter that are calling themselves gurus. Look at this kid. He's the next this. He's the next that. Sonny Vaccaro, who signed Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, and when he worked for Adidas, through the bank at LeBron James, gave him more money than Nike, and he just went with Nike. He could find talent on small levels. See, Kobe Bryant's dad was Jelly Bean Bryant, who played in Sonny Vaccaro's Dapper Dan game, All-Star game in the 70s. And then Kobe Bryant's mom's dad had also played in Sonny Vaccaro's game. Did you know, Coach, that Jelly Bean Bryant went to Sonny Vaccaro and asked him to put Kobe Bryant in the ABCD camp? He
Wow.
was not
Nah.
invited his junior year. After it was over with, Kobe Bryant went to him and apologized for how he played. He said, well, there's no use to apologize. You did fine. You did great. You were named to the all camp team. He said, I'm going to come back here next year and I'm going to be the best player. Man,
What'd he do?
it reminded me of Michael. He said, it reminded me of Michael. And he said, give it to the kid. Put all the money on the kid. He's a gambler. Put it all. Let it ride. That was a great movie with Richard Dreyfuss. Let it ride. Sometimes you got to make a gamble. We're making a gamble. We're putting our brand with Apple. Steve Jobs. Other people are with Spotify, this or that, or we are with Apple, the original podcast. Why do you think they call it a podcast? Because the iPod. Brands, the Totem Pole Nation. What does the Totem Pole Nation brand mean to you, Coach Bald?
It's just it's people that love to talk sports.
Ooh,
It's people that love to talk life,
ooh.
lifestyle, health and wealth for me. You know what I mean? I was one that was not blessed with either one of them. But guess what? Through determination, hard work, and countless L's, and I'm talking losses, you figure things out, and then what you do is you try to develop. Sometimes you got to hit rock bottom. The best part about hitting rock bottom, coach, is you can rebuild yourself to exactly that individual that you always wanted to be. Mind, body, and soul, and I'm a big believer in working out because sometimes the mind ain't right. The mind is just not right. But if you get that body right, my brother, the mind is going to follow. It does that. You won't see people that are ripped and shredded that are sitting there depressed, that are sitting there having anxiety attacks. It just doesn't work like that. What they do is they grab that anxiety and they flip it right into the weight room. All that anger they got, they take it into that gym and they throw them weights around. I'd much rather do that than come home and kick my beautiful, amazing dog.
Yes, I totally agree. Last night, the Celtics
Ooh.
won. Uh-oh. Now it's 2-3. What's up with the Heat? Are the Celtics going to make history? It has to be done. A 16 had never beaten a 1 before. UVA lost to a 16. Then they came back. Think about that.
Yeah.
Have the worst loss in the history of the NCAA basketball tournament, lose to a 16, and then the next year you come back and win it all. That's what we're talking about today. We're talking about going up the mountain and going back down. Lou Holtz. I've been on the top and I've been on the bottom, and I will be both places again. Man, the true warrior mentality. And I'd like to apologize to Coach McNally for posting the alleged video of him urinating in a bottle, which actually was just a joke. It was not, he actually did not urinate in that bottle. If you see the bottle, no more urine went into it. It was a joke. All right. So anybody, administrators, parents, NFL football teams, Hall of Fame committee, Ring of Honor committee, Coach McNally was having some fun. And I will testify to this in a court of law. So, Apple, thank you for having us in our podcast. We're so excited. We have a following here on YouTube, but we're going to Apple because, Coach, not everybody can get YouTube when they're driving in their car. Some people want to listen to podcasts. I think I like my voice better than I like my face, and my voice ain't exactly good. I had to go to special speech classes in school. I had to go to special reading classes. I mean, they said that they had to tie a T-bone around my neck to get the dog to play with me when I was a kid.
Man,
Man,
you definitely got a coach. You definitely got a face for radio. You
I got a
definitely
face that
got
only a
face
mother
for
could love.
Oh man, that is great. And yeah, with the whole Coach McNally situation, the incidents. Hey man, it's like the old song goes. That's why they call me Mellow Yellow. How cool was that? That was actually Mellow Yellow
Yeah.
in
Shout
that container.
Yellow.
Shout out to possibly a new sponsor.
Yeah.
Mellow Yellow. Let's bring you back, man. I remember those.
Drink Mountain Dew.
Dude, do
Again.
you remember the Mellow Yellow cans that had the pro wrestlers on there, like Ric Flair, Sting?
No,
Oh,
but
man.
I'm sure you had them.
Yeah, I did, man. What those things must be worth and how great they would be to throw on some icing. take a sip of. Those things being made in the '90s.
Man,
What that might taste like right now.
I forgot all about that. What a weekend you have this weekend.
Huge.
You will have your former player from Lakewood High School in Saint Petersburg, Florida, Isaiah Wynn, that played offensive line at the University of Georgia for Kirby Smart, then went to play for Bill Belichick and the Patriots. Now he's going down to South Beach,
Miami.
Fort Lauderdale,
Miami.
Miami. Welcome to Miami.
Welcome back. Welcome home. Welcome
Hey,
back. Welcome
Poppy.
back. Welcome back. Yeah, man, I'm super excited. And all the campers that want to get there early, just as soon as you see Coach Bald, get them chopping. Get them chopping, boys. Yeah, I cannot wait. I'm super excited.
You got to get somebody to video some footage, man. I know there's going to be
Just
some
to
football players
collabo
down there.
I know, man. I wish that the business wasn't so booming on a Saturday, so I could have the wife get some video. It'd be awesome to have Totem Pole Nation representing there, but I will be there. I will be representing. I will try to get some clips of some guys, and man, I'm excited to see a lot of the talent that's already there. At Lakewood, man. Those guys. They're at the point where every year, they don't rebuild, man. They just reload. You know what I mean? Coach Moore, he runs a very, very tight ship over there. And, I'm excited to see him. It's definitely been a while since I've seen him. Right before the playoffs, I got there for a game and everything, got to go out on the field, hug everybody, which, man, it's just awesome. I might not see him for a while, but every time I get there, it's family. You know what I mean? And I love that. And that's one of the best things about having football family. But yeah, man, I can't wait to see Isaiah and everything and talk to him and him being closer. I definitely plan on checking out some games from him. The few years back, me and the wife had just got married a week before they were playing. He had Tampa Bay going up there, and he hooked me up with tickets. So we got up there and got to see him, and that was just a bucket list thing, man. To be, wearing his jersey in the stadium, watching the Tampa Bay Bucks there, and it was a phenomenal game. That was the game where the kicker hit the uprights at the end, and Tampa Bay pulled it out. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing him play closer and live. So yeah, man, super excited about that. And also we pointed out the other day that the Cyborg, he does have a fight coming up on the 10th. Yep, June the 10th. He'll be in El Paso, Texas. He'll be the lasso in El Paso, trying to reel in another victory. And he's got he's fighting another big man, another 6'4", 260 pounder. So it's gonna be good to see that buzzsaw get unleashed. I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Chance Fawcett, morning, gents. Chance,
Good morning.
hit me up on Twitter. Send me a DM at Coach Troy Taylor. All right. I'm going to send you a Totem Pole hat.
Just like this?
I don't know if it's going to be just like that. It might be the Totem Pole Sports one. I think I may run out of those. It might be. It's either going to say this or Totem Pole Sports. We are Totem Pole Nation because we just didn't want to be about sports. We wanted to be bigger than sports. All right, we wanted to be about life because when we were already calling our following Totem Pole Nation. So why have Totem Pole Sports and Totem Pole Nation? We are everything and in between. We are the common man. We are your average Americans. Okay, we're the low man on the totem pole. We're the people that nobody cares about. We don't fit in with anybody. We are not accepted by any groups. We are the totem pole. So if you're the outcast, if you're the downtrodden, then you're one of us. Even though I look over and I see this guy is living here. All right. But see, that's the motivation. He didn't start there. He started from the bottom. I'm still there, and he's not. Look at that. Show him that view, Coach. And Apple Podcast people, You're just going to have to look on YouTube, but Coach Bald has got a backyard that looks like Tom Brady's. All right. I mean, it's paradise. Saint Petersburg, Florida. Look at that. A pool.
Malaysia. There she is.
He's got a dog, 2.5 kids. He has the perfect life. The perfect life. Look at that. Jacuzzi. Man. I mean, the guy, that right there, man. I mean, that looks like a place that you would see Ric Flair live. So, Coach Ball, talk a little bit about that. How motivating is that to wake up every morning and see that as your backyard?
You know, it never gets old. You know, it never gets old. And, you know, I love just walking around in the grass. I've had quite a few individuals say, man, your grass is amazing. And I really appreciate that. People always ask me, you know, do you go fishing back there? I do not do a lot of fishing. I would actually rather just walk on the grass barefooted and pick up dog poo. That, for some reason, just makes me feel good.
Well, I've done some studies about this, and I keep hearing it.
That nature.
It's when your body is connected to the earth that your feet are grounded and that humans are made to not wear shoes. All right. And you are connected. Are you walking around barefoot?
Right now.
Some of the happiest people in the world walk around barefoot. My mom walked around barefoot. The bottoms of her feet were black. I'm talking about, I mean, dude.
7-Eleven feet.
Woo.
7-Eleven feet is what we call them.
No shirt, no shoes, no service. All right. I mean, I've never seen anybody get turned away at a 7-Eleven. All right. 7-Eleven or some Coach Holt, who will be coming on the coach's clinic. Coach Holt once told me 7-Eleven can't run off homeless people. It's a part of their standards. And I think you know where I'm talking about. The Boulevard and Broad. The Boulevard and Broad. That's right. What can you say about the Boulevard and Broad? Can you tell us a story? How does it feel to come from the Boulevard and Broad in downtown Richmond? I think it's the near West End.
Yeah.
Where you are today.
I know that area, man. You know, that used to be a place I would stop at, you know, on a nightly basis, you know, when I was working the downtown Paper
You
Moon.
follow me, Chance. I'll follow you back.
The downtown, as me as well, Chance. Thanks for taking a chance with Totem Pole Nation. But yeah, man, when I worked at the Paper Moon downtown, I was actually, you know, the manager running the operation. That would be a stop, you know, usually in or out of the way, you know, getting out of that place with, you know, a ton of cash, having to go drop it at the bank. Then it's usually stop at 7-Eleven.
So you had cash and took it to the bank. Were
Absolutely.
you armed?
Absolutely. Well, you don't have that kind of cash and not be armed in the city of Richmond at an establishment like that. And I was all suited up too. So yeah, I probably looked somewhere in between. I can't even. Who's the bald guy in the suits?
You look like a Secret Service guy. And we say that with the utmost respect to the Secret Service. Okay, we don't need you. You're knocking down our doors. We especially don't need you in Saint Petersburg, Florida, going into that beautiful home. Me, you have a harder time finding me. But I love the Secret Service and I love the FBI and all those guys.
Absolutely. We love America. What a weekend. Memorial Day weekend.
We're on your side.
Let's not forget what this weekend is really all about. It's for all those who sacrificed. So we could do what we're doing right now. We could have the freedoms that we have right now. It's an amazing thing. It really touches my heart. You know, I have so many family members that have been affected with the military, and yeah, man, I wouldn't be who I am without it. My brother is still in the military, and he's been since he was 17 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's almost
Chance, what's your Twitter name?
48, no, 49 this year. Yeah.
Put your Twitter name in the comments so I could pass you back. I don't know if I'm not getting the service in here or not.
I'm gonna grab a refill real quick,
They
Coach.
get your refill.
Yeah, man.
All right, I see Coach Ron Hudson, the head football coach at New Mexico. Then I got PSG follow me. I got the professional carpentry following me.
Coach, he's probably going to Totem Pole Nation, not Coach Taylor.
Okay, my bad. You went to
Or is
Totem Pole Nation. Okay, my fault. Hold on. Let me see, buddy. That's Coach Mullinax. It's C_. I got you. I got you, man. I'm not going to put your business all the way out there. But let me see here. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on with this thing. C_. All right, there you are, buddy. All right, I'm following you back. All right, I'm going to send you a message. Hit me up with your address. Hit me up with your address, and I will send you out a Totem Pole hat today. I need to go get some stamps. All right. I didn't know people still sent envelopes. It's $10 for me to mail a hat. I know that for a fact. So I will be mailing you a hat. Totem Pole Chance. Ooh, I like that. Totem Pole Chance. Yep, I'm Mr. Totem Pole. That's Coach Bald. What do you think about the rebranding that occurred from being the Bald Coach K to just being Coach Bald? My girlfriend prefers Coach Bald than she does the Bald Coach K.
You know what? If Coach McNally calls you, you answer. And he called me Coach Bald. And as far as I know, there's not a whole lot of Coach Balds out there. There's a lot of Coach K's out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of coaches. Yeah, and that's just how, yeah, man. I guess it just kind of evolved into that. It was easier that way. I mean, there's a title, a heavyweight championship belt, and it says Coach Bald on there. So, you know what? I think that's what you are. You know, there's so many huge guys in the world that have a nickname Tiny. You know what I mean? I can't explain it, but that's just how it works. If that's your
nicknames,
yeah, that's it, man. Mine hits the head on the nail, if you know what I mean.
I'm Route 10 coach.
Not a whole lot's growing from this thing anymore, you know, and I don't want it to. I like getting it close.
You know, for y'all that are listening, this might be your first time on Apple.
Thanks for joining us.
I'm from Richmond, Virginia. I'm from the suburbs. I'm from a place called Chesterfield County. If you ever heard of Chesterfield cigarettes, Philip Morris made those, I believe, and they named them after Chesterfield. I'm from Chesterfield County. I'm from Route 10, Iron Bridge Road, L.C. Byrd High School. I've lived there my entire life, other than when I went to Wise, Virginia, to go to Clinch Valley College. Coach Bald, for the first-time listeners, would you like to tell them a little bit about yourself and your background and where you are?
I would. This is Coach Bald. I'm a nutcase from a rough place called Parkley Apartments on the south side of Richmond, VA. In the 80s, it was notorious for having over 1,000 911 calls every year. So that's about 3 a day. Okay.
Just from your neighborhood.
Just in my neighborhood, just in Parkley Apartments area.
I mean, that's about 3 a day. It's not too bad.
Closest school was Bensley. That was my elementary school that I went to. Well, just through trials and tribulations, I believe I went to 8 or 9 different schools, just moving around this place, next place. Lived all over the area. Went to Byrd High School, graduated from Lee Davis High School, and just did not go to college. Went to the School of Hard Knocks.
Ooh.
Started bouncing at an early age. Went through quite a few different jobs. You know, worked the nightclubs throughout that whole process, doing security, bouncing. Got on with Marriott, worked there for quite a long time. Decided at one time I was 27 years old, and you know, I wasn't really feeling like I was going anywhere. I had a older gentleman that I worked with at the Richmond Marriott, Jerry Shore, amazing guy. And, he hit me with one of the realest things I ever heard. I was talking about possibly going down to Florida, where I had a buddy that I worked in the bouncing industry, and he had a spot for me. And I was talking to Jerry, and I said, Jerry, what do you think, man? And he was like, well, let me ask you this. He was like, how much better are you doing now, than you were 2 years ago? And I was like, you know what? I'm doing about the same, than I was 2 years ago. He's like, okay, roll back a little bit more, about 4 years. How much better are you doing now, than you were doing, 4 years ago? And I was like, you know what? I'm just keeping my head above water. So about the same. He's like, okay, how about 6 years? You doing a lot better now than you were 6 years ago? And I was like, unfortunately, I'm doing about the same. He was like, do you want me to keep on going? And that right there hit it. He said, look, man, you can always come back here and do the same thing. He said, there's
Mm.
something better for you, man. Go do what you want to do. Go try. Go down there to Florida, man. See what happens. Well, it's happening. And I remember I was talking to one of our best friends, Howard Bronson. And Howard, he knew that last year, man, that I was there. I was struggling. I think I lived on his couch for a little bit, bumped around to different people's couches and whatnot. But I told him, man, when I was coming down here, that man, I was going to live the dream. And
Mm.
look at me now, man. Things work out.
Man.
Things tend to work out. I got really blessed. When we moved, I ended up finding an amazing woman that I'm now married to. We moved to the Plant City area for a while. Then we found this property out in Saint Petersburg. We pulled the trigger. None of this stuff was here. No swimming pool, no jacuzzi, no boat dock, no bar, no none of this stuff. We redid every single thing. And when I first got over here, I felt like this was going to be a place I was going to be at for a long time. So I didn't even. All I did was pull up my phone, closest school, Lakewood High, and I just called up and got in contact with Coach Moore, and I said, "Hey, Coach, man, I just moved in the area, love football, love the offensive line, defensive line. Is there? I just want to volunteer. Is there a spot?" And he was like, "You know what, Coach? I'm actually leaving for the summer. I'm doing an internship over with the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're doing our off-season workouts, man. Why don't you come in, check it out? If you're here when I get back, we'll keep you." And that's
Wow.
pretty much what happened. And when I walked through those doors, I just gravitated right to the offensive line, defensive line right away. And that's where I linked up with my man Isaiah Wynn. I believe he was going into his junior season. And that same squad had the Griffin twins. They were going into their senior season. Marquez, Valdez, Scantlin, Rodney Adams, a great quarterback, Tracy Johnson, who's now coaching over there as well. And just the whole staff, man. And one of my best friends from the staff is Coach Lang, whose son just graduated this past year, just a few days ago. And it was so cool because I remember going to the Little League when he was just playing midget football and going out there and teaching those guys how to lock on. You know what I mean? Teaching those guys to grab that chest plate and block like offensive linemen are supposed to, man. It was great because I went there and, all these guys are probably 7, 8 years old, just tiny. All they are is shoulder pads, walking around like Kanye West was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and the first thing I said was, okay, who wants to drive? You offensive linemen, who would like to, you ever want to drive a car? Raise your hand. And everybody like, I want to raise. Yeah, yeah. I was like, well, this is your opportunity. You grab that chest plate like it's a steering wheel, and just keep your feet chopped. Keep your feet chopped. And so yeah, man, it's just quite a blessing. And I had to step away from that, and now we're doing Totem Pole Nation, and we got a big business that we're trying to get going, St. Pete Rejuvenate, which trying to pour my heart and soul into that, man. It's really it's really important, and it's really just touching, just seeing how you can impact people and help people. From the weight loss program that we have, to the ketamine infusions that we're doing for people, that suffer, from PTSD, from massive, depression, anxiety, It's just seeing people smile, when they get out of there, or seeing people just you can just tell they're in a better mood, or they call you. We had one client that, she was just amazing. She came in and just was not having good thoughts at all. And then I believe after about the fourth or fifth treatment, when she was finished, she was just like the only thing she just kept repeating herself, joy, joy. And we were like, we don't understand.
Man.
And she was like, I feel joy. She was like, I am joy. And when you see something like that, face to
Wow.
face, you do, man. Like, you wonder how long this person has been suffering and not had
Ooh.
joy in their life. And maybe they're just living their life in black and white. And now finally they're able to see colors. That's what we're that's what we're trying to do.
Mm. That's what you're doing. So talk a little bit about St. Pete Rejuvenate and our other sponsor, Cultivate Wellness.
Yeah, absolutely. Cultivate Wellness. I mean, amazing products. So looking forward to them. It's in the works that they're coming down to Florida, and they will be
Oh, man.
opening up a Florida chapter. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I want to be involved if I can help out in any way. I think that's how it is these days, man. It's good to know people, and be in the know, and what they do. It kind of collabos a lot with what we do, but yeah, man, they have some amazing products. I got family that works there on the turnpike. Julia, she'll help you out with anything. Just tell her, what you're dealing with, and let her do her thing, man. Let her be the pro that she is, and she'll get you squared away. But yeah, St. Pete Rejuvenate, go to the website, and as soon as you get on, you'll probably get a little pop up. What we're doing is an IV hydration, free IV hydration giveaway. And we're going to announce the winner on Saturday, July the 1st. So you can log on now, log on, and check it out. But yeah, we're doing some big time things there. We have amazing people that work there. The people that do Botox and Brotox and fillers, man, we have one of the best girls in the world, not just in Florida, in the world. Renee will hook you up. And if you want a facial, our girl Wendy, she will hook you up. Your face will feel like $1,000,000. It is phenomenal.
Man.
It is phenomenal. I have had one, and it does. It feels just like a amazing, like how you get a body massage. Your face gets that massage, and there's stuff that they put on there, coach, that I mean, I just want to lick my face. It just smells so good, but I don't. But yeah, Wendy will hook you up with that. And yeah, check it out. We're doing big things there. Uh, Barbara, she's amazing. She's going to be there to greet you as soon as you come in. And she's just such a blessing that we have her. And she's so unique. Unfortunately, I think we got dolphins sneaking up on me. But yeah, besides that, yeah, check us out. Those are our sponsors. We love those guys. Coach Taylor, any final words for you for this amazing weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I've been on the top and I've been on the bottom, and I'll be both places again. And have a great weekend. Episode 1 of the Apple Podcast, YouTube. We've been on here a while. We love Totem Pole Nation. That's all I got, Coach.
Yeah, thank you guys. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Everybody have a great Memorial Day weekend. Be safe, be sound, and Totem Pole Nation, we love you guys. To the next episode.